The original idea behind a fairy tale was a story that dealt with make-believe little people. There was a time when people believed that there were spirits and powers that controlled the things we did. As we became more aware of the world around us, we began to realize that fairies couldn't exist. But the word fairy tale went on to always refer to stories that were make-believe. Stories that we made up about things that probably couldn't exist. Here's a story, a fairy tale, that doesn't involve any fairies. It's called The Butterfly Who Sang. If you look carefully on the rock, you'll see that there's a frog there, and the story involves the frog and the butterfly. A butterfly was once sitting on a leaf looking extremely sad. "What's wrong?" asked the friendly frog. "Oh," said the butterfly, "nobody really appreciates me." And she parted her beautiful red and blue wings and shut them again. "What do you mean?" asked the frog. "I've seen you flying about and thought to myself, that is one hell of a beautiful butterfly. All my friends think you look great, too. You're a real stunner." "Oh, that," replied the butterfly, and she opened her wings again. "Who cares about looks? It's my singing that nobody appreciates. I've never heard you singing, but if it's anywhere near as good as your looks, you've got it made," said the frog. "That's the trouble," replied the butterfly. "People say they can't hear my singing. I suppose it's so refined and so high that their ears aren't sensitive enough to pick it up." "But I bet it's great all the same," said the frog. "It is," said the butterfly. Would you like me to sing for you?" "Well, I don't suppose my ears are sensitive enough to pick it up, but I'll give it a try," said the frog. So the butterfly spread her wings and opened her mouth. The frog gazed in wonder at the butterfly's beautiful wings, but he'd never been so close to them before. The butterfly sang on, and still the frog gazed at her wings, absolutely captivated, even though he could hear nothing whatsoever of her singing. Eventually, however, the butterfly stopped and closed up her wings. "Beautiful," said the frog, thinking about the wings. "Thank you," said the butterfly, thrilled that at last she had found an appreciative listener. After that, the frog came every day to listen to the butterfly sing, though all the time he was really feasting his eyes on her beautiful wings. And every day the butterfly tried harder and harder to impress the frog with her singing, even though he could not hear a single note of it. But one day a moth, who was jealous of all the attention the butterfly was getting, took the butterfly on one side and said, "Butterfly, your singing is quite superb." "Thank you," said the butterfly. "With just a little more practice," said the cunning moth, "you could be as famous a singer as the nightingale." "Do you think so?" asked the butterfly, flattered beyond words. "I certainly do," replied the moth. "Indeed, perhaps you already do sing better than the nightingale, only it's difficult to concentrate on your music because your gaudy wings are so distracting." "Is that right?" said the butterfly. "I'm afraid so," said the moth. You notice the nightingale is wiser and wears only dull brown feathers so as not to distract from her singing." "You're right," cried the butterfly. "I was a fool not to have realized that before." And straight away she found some earth and rubbed it into her wings until they were all gray and half the colors had rubbed off. The next day, the frog arrived for the concert as usual, but when the butterfly opened her wings, he cried out, "Oh, butterfly, what have you done to your beautiful wings?" And the butterfly explained what she had done. "I think you will find," she said, "that now you will be able to concentrate more on my music." Well, the poor frog tried, but it was no good, for of course he couldn't hear anything at all. So he soon became bored and hopped off into the pond. And after that, the butterfly never could find anyone to listen to her singing. Now, sometimes a fairy tale has a moral or a lesson at the end. Do you think there's a lesson in that story? You stop and think about it. The butterfly wasn't happy with the gifts she had. And then she thought she could have a different gift. And that made things better or worse? What do you think? Bye.